childhood musings, huh? So naive.
Yeah, I feel that. Welcome to the a special edition in Honkai Star Rail. My name is JC. This is not ordinary Honkai Star Rail. This is the first time ever collabing with Honkai Star Rail slash Fate the Night. Now, some of your fans says, what is Fate the Night character is? Well, it's based on the be long time ago being the most popular anime in well back in 2000s. That's right. I never have a chance to get encounter with Fate the Night characters has something very important. I know you were reading for time finding, but yeah, but basically it's just that this is like the never before seen. It been a while since that during the 3.4, like during the final debut, if you mention it. However, this is the most surprising thing they ever could since that time. So let's make a rundown for what's gotta do with the happening. In Genshin era, they have a Aloy from the Horizons game. You know, if you know what Horizons games is, it's just the adventure game from PlayStation. But in Honkai Star Rail, for the Fate the Night, it's based on the Japanese anime slash video game. But why is it slash anime a video game? Because they started with the anime first, right before the video game is happening. So, kind of like a remensing for all a lot of things for like animes and video games is such a thing. So they started with the Fate before Fate the Night character starts. So technically, it's the Fate is the
So
first one
this
in. Fine, then I said no reading for today, but like I said for that fine for the situation, Fate just started with the way back in 2000, and you mentioned it, and then Fate the Night is coming up even more with no new characters, with not no new characters. The biggest new characters are like from the Fate has doesn't have it, but Fate the Night has it with the new characters. Makes sense, right? But we're not gonna do something about the next time, but the story because I'm gonna do on Twitch streaming on live. You see why because I'm planning to do it. Plus, it's morning out there because I have to go as soon as possible because we're gonna do some like from before and the after life. This is because of that, and also we're not getting close there to this one for Archer because soon as we hit on the reaches countdown, I will grab it in particular in to get a freebie, and plus you can grab it during that time on stream. You see, there's a lot of free gift if you get rolled enough more warps. So that means spend your wise money well because the other guy you mentioned at some sort, they're gonna do something like drastic if you waiting enough. Be warned for the other like for the other people uses because the one time there's a person who has been like trying to give to someone to other people's. That's a bad move for everybody. If you've seen it, please be careful with any suspicious of some sort because I want to do a fair whaling. My point, just myself, not the givens to others. Because if you give it some others, if someone's happening to your life, that's the hard lesson if you learn how to gambling for like say use your gambling spend wisely. That's the called gamble smarts. But some other people did not learn how to use gamble, take it seriously. Because you just want to give in and then you lose something you're very important. So that's why we have to be careful with that. So don't spend your gambling to give someone else. Use yours for yourself. That's the thing we can mention for grabbing like that. The banners are supposed to be right here until now, but we'll be right back into the next few hours of some sort. So maybe like a like actual recording tomorrow because I was gonna do just that. But
My childhood musings, huh?
I'll be right back and I'll see you the afterlife from the story and the warp rolling time for Saber. Maybe a possible chance to get like them. So let's go back to the future, shall we? Okay, I'm back in some warping for the special character I'm gonna get.
My childhood musings, huh? So naive.
Yeah. So before we start the wrapping on the rolling with the Saber, the new character, if you missed this on this Holy Grail right here, I suggest do story spoilers ahead for this particular. So that way you can unlock it with some collabing with some sort. However, before we touch the Holy Grail for this, we're gonna roll for the Saber for this one. Now, remember I told you this says no English voiceovers. That's because these two of them will be a long time theory until they're all gone. So that means we are gonna get a lots of the grinding to do because we have to get saving for the next character. But if you want to stick around until the, let's say, like how long it's gonna take for to get this, you might have to get it, but you're adding with the special collection. However, we're gonna grab the extra last 8 because I've been grinding with this some bit like from the purchase and everything, so this is the right time to use to get ready to get Saber because Saber, it might be a good idea to grab it as it is. This is guaranteed for sure, but however, we'll still keep going until we'll get the last gift. It's from the Archer's Light Code. But I wish I want to get this one for the Saber's Light Code. It's available long term. And check it out for the Saber's Light Code it's increased by 36% if you raise it up for all the way from the max refine for the attackless coronation, you will get a increases by 72%. When its ultimate, it attacks goes to 80% if the Weary Max energy is greater than equal to 300, and it can fix it up the energy equal 10%, so we can again increases by 80% if you get a refined max on the light cone for the lasting 2 turns. So that is the rank one will be get 36%. and increase it where 40%. So it keeps raise it up even more by like say 9% when it's refined it or some sort. This will get a info if you want to be a good like let's say my day will be using with this crit damage. If you use it ultimate, you might be like destroys it some sort. The other thing with destruction, if you want to be a good ones like fine, and it might be a good chance because with good destructions and then lots of the competition ahead. So you might have to grab this before you say, oh, you should grab it until get the light cone, but first the characters goes first and then the light codes if the possibly early. All right, let's start with just before we start it, I never have a chance to surprises with the a collabing for rolling for very special occasion. Normally, it's just for free mails and for the free 5-star limited for everyone, some stuff like Archer did. But this is like the first ever gacha experience in my life because I see that a lot of encounter myself, like doing like, oh, okay, this is like the first ever collabing with the like other gacha games like this, but this is my encounter experience myself to try with something change a little bit. So sometimes for freebie can be good, but this will be a challenge to get there. So let's start with rolling with the because we did 50 on Finan long time ago off streaming, so that's a good relief. Go see twitch.tv/Arizu Omega 7 to see why, but that's the craziest thing. But we're gonna start with 10 to start with. The first of 10 of the new collab warp is Hook. Oh man, just 3-star light cones and a hook. 20. No ringy bells. 4-star light cone. 30 time. No, not a 30. Why nothing and Chincha. Yep. Yeah. Still not going in, but it's just for all the exchange stuff. I will be hoarding a lot of this to get ready for more passes. 40. No, not a 40. All right. 50. Is this 50? No. Just another hook. When... Okay, 60? Really? 60 is not a good start, but I have a feeling I will get Saber. Let's go 70. I don't think 70 does not to hear anything, but at least got Arlen. Well, I guess it's 80 or nothing to get Saber. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. Wrong character. 79, 80. That is not Saber. But at least got Fu Shuang. Alright. Because this 80 is now lose 50-50. Now it's a guaranteed pull. Alright. 90. Ah, no 90. Alright. 100. Nothing but Natasha. Jeez, that should be. I will get enough for just for the for that a little bit, but no cigar. But we'll get Saber as soon as possible, unless we have some even more warps and stuff. But the good news is, in 3.4 second wave, don't need to save it some sort. We're just gonna get even more saving things like that. So it will be coming back as soon as possible. So I will get even more rolls for that at the meantime. So I'm gonna keep grinding no matter what until we take some every single time. But maybe we get less chance to get this, but I have another way to get another Destruction Light Cone to take its place. But
so this was my childhood dream.
Yeah. This is not how to use it, but yeah. Okay. Right now, we're going to do at the hole at the moment for the Saber. Let's go touch the Holy Grail and see what does for the particular. Basically, it's just like a competition to determine what team is using. Enter the Holy Grail War. And then you need to download the characters to choose from. Those are the two characters are gonna be on trial. Let me remind you of those two right there. They doesn't have English voice over on the combat in every single time. So it might be thinking this is gonna be an interesting without using the English battle voice line. So we're gonna try do our best with some sort. So I'm gonna do the best two right here to show us what it does. But I'm gonna do on off streaming with these some trials and stuff. Final will be a good idea to choice with. And then Linksha could be healing at the right time. Okay. So this is what we're gonna use. Each of the day we're gonna use some normal regular ones, especially the other things and more surprises. So let's start with the comeback regulars. So this is what we have to choose from. Those types are similar from the based on Fate Night anime on which classes they have. You see, we have a player right here: Lancer, Archer, Berserker, Assassin, Caster, Rider, and Saber, as they mentioned. Those types are really important from which competition does. Whatever you use it, any characters in particular, let's say you versus with favorite your Honkai Star Rail characters, goes do this. So there are 8 participants in this simulated Holy Grail War. This is your opponent for this round. Please try to defeat him. So we're facing against Argenti, the one we mentioned that we're going to search around it from the universe. But you pay attention, you might be thinking. Next match is gonna be Assassin versus Casters, known as Acheron versus Kafka. The Battle of Lightning Nihilities. Wow. And then we have Archer versus Berserker, so known as Yanqing versus Jinglu. The Battle of the Ice Swords. And then we have Rider versus Saber, known as Asterisk versus Yungli. 2 strongest female competitors. So we're gonna start with the Argenti. To looks like. So the opponents that summon some service, confirm them carefully. You can change your team anytime before the battle to your counter your opponent's lineup. Yes, there is the showing us where we have to battle with, but how long is it gonna take the battle until the very end? We'll see.
The stench of evil.
Okay, to start with this, before we start the battle, you need to defeat all of them before the action cycles is over. So basically, we're gonna try it out. We're gonna use those ones.
Time to use the kill.
Now, here's the thing about those 2 of them. Let's talk about Saber. Saber is interesting wind destruction type. She has a multiple strategies to use from. Because you can do blast attack with this using the sword they uses. And then you have a normal attack for this one. So we're gonna use a blast attack. It pushed through the around it by using blast. So we'll focus on her ult later for those 2 Zars. Next is Archer. Archer is an interesting follow-ups, attacks, and tons of surprises. He's possessing dual blades, arrows, and what kind of ideas from this Archer's ability is. See, if you have this on arrow, using a single target as a skill, and then you have a double blade as a normal attack, so I'm gonna try the arrow.
No other choice but forward.
Yeah, that is interesting, but we're gonna try normal attack.
Get it together.
But don't worry, if you switch to Japanese voiceover, this is an interesting battle cry you've never seen. So I suggest you might go with Japanese voice line on the battle and the story, while English can focus battles and some sort of ideas, so you get the gist of it. And I'm gonna use the normal attack. And it also similar from Scylla's ability. When it defeats the enemy, it attacks again. That was like the same mechanical. Okay. So which one I'm gonna use? Swing it and then fire it. Okay. Then we're gonna try this.
Allow me to purge the root of the problem.
Alright.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Oh, no, no, no. Okay. Then we'll do blast. And that's it. That's how you use the blasters. But I'm not gonna use the ult yet because it's gonna be weaker level. So, yeah. Every time you wins a victory, the other opposing player will lose HP loss description. So you might have to get survive until you reach 0, it's game over. So it's kind of like a similar from in the Fate the Night anime series. If you watch it for true fans out there, you better brace yourself for this. Now, before we receive the next round, there is the cycle battles. If you finish, you receive a combat buffs, and star coins will be refreshed when you use this for some. So, for example, if I'm taking this piece right here, and then purchase with this, and then you can pick whatever using with all the empty slots, but the further you get, the unlockable slot will be determined how to use it. So I'm gonna go with purchase with this and that one too. And now you see there's called a bond effect. Whether there's a specific number of pieces of the same type, something's ability can be boosted determined by number. Like you say, oh, there's the points opportunity, and there's the. But they want to check out the preview of the bond effect. So it's looking for the greatest battle you chosen, but you can see what they use. So I'm gonna do for the next one. Is we're going to do next step. Combat command spell. Ooh, this is interesting. Sorry about that, my throat's getting a little bit dry. So the next match is Yoon Lee. Wow. So let's go start with that. With the against the Yoon Lee's summoning servants thing. Okay.
Be of your body and mind.
Interesting follow-up attacks, okay. Ooh, battle over? Okay. Ooh, They survive by 10 HP. Kafka and Argenti are out in the competition because you lose 0 HP. Command spells can be used for during Holy Grail War. You can use your additional for free Rider piece. Rider bond will appear next time you enter the store. He said this one is recommended, so let's give it a try for this. So command spells you can use with a particular summoning, a warrior. Kind of like a persona in the vibes to it. Yeah. Now we have enough to get this. Identical pieces increase it to... Oh! Okay. Alright. Let's give it a try with this. And then... I think those two are gonna be level up with the... all the stars will be maximized with these. Okay. Interesting. Shall we do refresh one last time and then see what happens? Yeah, let's why not for this. But right now we're gonna get the formation one for later, but I'm not gonna use it for that one, so I'm just gonna skip ahead for this. But don't worry, if you messed it up, say, oh no, I didn't do anything or some sort. There's always a chance you get some sort. Right now we have Yang Cheng in the mix. So, yeah, let's start the battle.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Alright, time to fast forward for this.
Be of your body and mind.
Wow, really? Wow! That was a funny battle. Oh no. Oh no. Wow, look at that. Like, that was a good follow-up crit damage. Now we only have 3 left to fight with. Acheron and Jinglu. So I'm gonna try do our best we can do. Collect every single one of them. Alright. I think we should prepare just in case it might be... It might be handling the pressure. Okay. One more, we'll figure out... Oh, we have the last one, but no, it's 2. Too bad. We're gonna do next step. Okay, so if you survive it, there is the chance to get this by a second chance, we will get a battle with the term who will be a spot for the semifinals, because if you get more damage of some sort, there is a chance to get back in the game. So keep an eye on which ranking are those. Alright, Jing Liu is up, so let's start to the battle.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Whoa! I think they're great good choices right there. Blood, mud. Oh no!
Everything in this world.
Alright, time for the healing. Nice one. A clean sweep for that one. Which one would to do the last one? Star Wishes 9. Or no, 10. No, 11. No, 11. The XI is 11. This is 10. This is 4. So I'll take this one. Nice. We got 7. Okay. There's got a lot of purchase. Come on. No, I don't think so. I thought we were gonna be good for this one, but okay. Next step. Combat regular.
Powerful warriors class. Let's hand the stage over to our protagonist.
Alright. The last battle is this one. This should be easier than this. Right? Ooh, the damage!
Dissipate quickly. Be of your body and mind.
Ooh, that's a that's a
Everything in this
that
world
damage buff.
is bleeding.
Wing the sword.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Ooh, battle over. Wow.
Someone, call the insurance company. No, I've just been half a month writing the accident report.
Wow, Albert on the hotline of the news. What were you expecting? Nice. Rating at the end is higher than 5, it will be considered pass, otherwise we consider failure. Okay. So that's how you use with the competition for using the powers and commands, something like that. Points reward will be carry on for the limited time. So you might have to grab all the jades all the way from the 30. So I might have to do every single one of them to grab every single. Archives are the same, and then those the different types. Echo of Dreams. This is what you fight with during that time. So we're gonna grab the reward. Each has 220 limit time reward, so 200 will be is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them are 1,000 jades if you go with the limit time reward. Similar for the 20s are gonna be free. So that makes 100 jade. So total of the will be 1,100 grand total. But if you didn't get on limited time rewards, you lose 1,000, but you can keep the 100 jades. So start grinding all the materials and jades. This is your chance to get it. But we'll see why.
Just like the golden years.
Yes, just like the golden years. But first, let's grab this. I forgot this to grab it, so yeah. Don't worry, at the end of it, I will get Saber, no matter what, at the end of the
This
timeline.
is my choice.
So, good luck to grabbing in some Sabers, Archers, Light Cones, and everywhere, so I think this should be it for now, but this is how your game works, so we'll get it on as soon as possible. So, let me remind you for this one. You could get the Honkai Star Rail for free. You can get on PCs, consoles, and mobiles right here. Also, the collab
Childhood musings.
the collabing on the Honkai Star Rail and Fate this Stay the Night will be long term until it's done, so make sure get it in time right before we proceeds the Amphorias, so make sure
I will walk to
requires end of the story of Penacony so we can start with the collabing. So it might be interesting to see the previews, but story spoilers ahead and you might see it. Thank you guys for watching for some fun video with the collabing with.
walk to the end of all your wills.
And Finan is show off right now. But also Finan will be here at the 3.4. Plus, the second one you mentioned it are gonna be the destruction character team. But so go get yourself right here to play and get your archers and sabers and light cones. So my name is JC, and I will see you the next video. Something particular with a normal time to get it. So enjoy the collab, and I'll see you in the next time.